We searched for a man named Jim Sonnett. And the legends folks tell may be true. Most call him gunman and killer. He's my son, who I hardly knew. I raised Jim's boy from the cradle. Till the day he said to me, I have to go find my father. And I reckoned that's how it should be. So we ride, Jim's boy and me. You want me to turn down the lamp? Do you want me to turn down the lamp?
Well, there ain't no chance of sleeping until I turn down that noise.
Strange are the ways of the Lord. H.O. come through 3 wars I know of. Fought Injuns, gunfighters, claim jumpers. All them bullets and tomahawks that missed him. He finally dies in his sleep.
You think we ought to move on in the morning?
H.O.'s widow told us he'd been looking for gold in the Black Hills. And that must be where he saw her. That baby's sick.
Probably just sick of that piano like I am.
Could be they'd want somebody to go get a doctor.
Now, what makes you so sure he's sick?
Because that's the way you used to cry when you were sick. Nobody home, huh? Yeah. Nobody home but you, huh? Now, what kind of person would leave a sick baby all alone? Well, what's the matter, old scout? You got troubles, have you? Well, come on now, you ain't even trying. You gotta help a little, you know. There, I knowed you could do it. Hey, you're just burning up, young fella. Yeah. Jeff! Jeff, get on in here. I think he's got a fever. Yeah. Take him and rock him now. You like that? Put your hand at the back of his neck.
Well, can I lay him down?
Rock him. Best thing for a fever is an alcohol rub. It's the only alcohol around here being whiskey. You can't use that, you might get to like the smell of it. You get some clean sheets and put it on the crib here while I'll wrap this wet one around him. Rough his head back here. There now. There. I know it's cold, Sonny, but once you get used to it.
What are you doing in here?
I'm just taking care of a sick baby.
Sick? Oh. Oh, why'd you put this around him and get pneumonia?
Keep that on him. And keep him warm, and you'll be all right in the morning.
Where did Mrs. Larkin go?
I don't know. I just heard a baby crying. That's me.
She promised she'd stay till I finished work. Come on, baby. Oh, now, Johnny. It's all right now. It's all right. Mommy's here. It's all right. Come on. There. Slow down.
It's just a little fever. He'll be fine and dandy in the morning.
Thank you. I don't know what to say.
Oh, that's all right, man.
You see, I work at night, and there's this lady Well, this explains why she's not here. I've tried hard to get somebody more reliable, but it's such a small town. You wouldn't know anybody, would you?
Well, no, ma'am, because we're just passing through.
So long, old scout. You be good now. Here?
Laurie, you in there? Well, I see you've got company.
Mrs. Larkin went home. These gentlemen were...
I'll have somebody go fetch Mrs. Larkin. You're wanted downstairs.
She's been drinking. I'll have to stay with the baby.
You're getting paid to work in my saloon, not to lie around up here.
The baby's sick, Mr. Spangler.
Aren't you the two rented the corner room?
That's right.
It's down the hall on your left.
Oh, you don't say.
Please go. I'll be all right.
Whatever you say, ma'am.
Well,
I'm staying here.
sure you are.
No need to get Miss Larkin, ma'am. I'll keep my eye on Johnny. That is, if you don't mind, Mr. Spangler.
Well, I guess one old woman's as good a nursemaid as another.
I think I'll go and say goodbye to little Johnny.
Yeah. It's her you want to see, not him.
Ah, now, Grandpa.
Now, look, there's three things I want you to keep away from. Liquor, gambling, and married women. Johnny must have took a turn for the worse. Who's that walking in? Is it Johnny?
No, Johnny's all right. I kept him covered up good and tight, just the way you said. No, I'm sorry. Just leave me alone, please.
Well, if there's anything we can do...
No, there isn't.
Well, sometimes it helps just to talk.
Well, when I came back last night, you told me about looking for your father. I lost my father, too. What I want most in the world is to get him back. You see, I left home to get married. My father begged me not to, but I was in love with a man who promised me all the things I'd ever dreamed about. He was gone before the first dream came true. But at least that's one that did come true.
Why didn't you go back home?
I was too ashamed. I couldn't face my father. I didn't even write him about it.
Never wrote him at all?
Oh, yes. Every week. Wonderful marriage. Kind, loving husband. Darling little white house on top of the hill. And now my father's coming here. I got a telegram this morning. He's arriving on the noon stage. He's on his way to St. Louis.
Now, he doesn't have to find out, does he?
Yeah, that's a good question. Why don't you say your husband's off on a trip and rent yourself a room with a nice family?
I tried that. Nice families won't rent to me.
Well, how about asking Mrs. H.O. Potter?
No, I already did.
Maybe we'll have better luck. You got a dress more fitting for a family reunion?
No. No money to buy one.
You go ask Miss Porter. They got gambling downstairs.
It's all rigged. Stranger hasn't got a chance. Nobody has. Not a man in town got the gumption to stand up to Spangler.
That's a fact. Well, you got to speculate if you want to accumulate. Why don't you wash that war paint off your face?
Wait. You don't know Spangler. Even if you did win, he'd say you cheated and then pull a gun on you.
I reckon I've been up against faster guns than that. No brag, just fact.
Let me have 3.
1, 2, 3. 1 for you. Dealer takes 2.
Only cost you $4, gentlemen. Mr. Madison?
I think he's bluffing.
That's what I thought last hand.
Well, that's the way it goes in the Tasket. Just a minute, Mr. Madison.
Do I have to tell you every time? The house drags $2 every third hand.
But this was not the third hand.
I say it was.
What do you say?
I believe it was the third hand, Mr. Sonnett.
I'm sure it was.
Well, in that case, them that has it, it's out while he still got it.
How about a last hand?
No, thank you kindly, sir. A wise man knows when to quit.
The way I heard it, it's a man without guts who quits.
Here are the cards, mister.
What's your game?
Draw poker.
Table stakes?
Table stakes. I'll open for 5.
It'll cost you 10 more to stay.
But it don't cost nothing to leave.
Hold it. There's only one thing worse than a quitter. That's a welcher.
And you know what's worse than a welcher? A cheater. A trick like that could cost you more than money, mister. Madison here saw my cards in the mirror. He give you the go-ahead.
That's a lie.
Don't shove too hard, mister. I'll shove back. You think it's a lie?
I didn't see anything.
Well, maybe you didn't this time, but you've seen it before. There ain't a man in this town that don't know it's a crooked game when Spangler sets in. 2 pairs and he drops. Because he knows ain't nobody gonna win against Spangler.
Don't you get the idea you won? Wherever you go, mister, I'm coming after you.
You want trouble, you'll get it.
I'll tell you what I want. You.
Yeah. And from what I hear, the people in Hades want ice water. Are you Mr. Walden?
Yes, I am.
Well, we're friends of your daughter. My name is Sonnett, Will Sonnett. This is my grandson, Jeff.
I do.
How do?
How do?
I thought that she'd come meet me herself.
Oh, now she'll be alone directly, sir.
Prompt as usual, I see.
Well, she had to go over to the church, choir practice.
Hello, Father. Oh, so good to see you.
Good to see you, Laurie.
It's been a long time.
Yeah.
Meet your grandson.
Fine-looking boy.
Did you ever see such a resemblance?
Looks just like his father.
Well, you'll be wanting to get up to the house.
Well, how far is it?
Oh, yeah, it's not far at all.
Let's have a cup of coffee in here. Stage will leave in an hour.
Well, you're not staying.
I wish I could, Laurie.
But, Father...
But after business is picked up, I'll come and have a long visit with you. Come on.
Oh, not in there.
Well, it's all right. Stage driver said that ladies are welcome.
By the way, where's your husband? Well, where is he?
He went away.
He went away? You mean he left you? I told you that he would, didn't I?
Oh, you got this all wrong, Mr. Walden.
Oh, have I?
Yeah, he went away all right. Went off to hunt down the Hawkins gang. They was robbing this town blind, starting fights and shooting. But it was her husband drove them off. And then one of them got him. He died a hero's death, Mr. Walden. And you can be proud of him.
Laurie, why didn't you let me know?
Oh, she didn't want to burden you. She knowed you'd worry. Her bringing up that fine baby all by herself.
Plus putting in a full day teaching school and then giving music lessons. And then taking in sewing and all, well.
Oh, mister, I don't know what these two are after. But you can bet it's a shell game.
And I can tell you, you'd better move on.
Now, let me tell you about this little
I
school
said
model.
you better move on. Enough. Now, as I was saying, you better move on. But first, I'd like you to tell this gentleman here that his daughter's the best schoolma'am this town ever had.
I'll be glad to back you up on that, Mr. Sonnett. She is the best. Don't you agree, Mr. Picker?
No question about it. Yeah, you hear that? Him, it's just sour grapes. He used to run crooked gambling in here and hates the church folk. Like Laurie, who put an end to it. Ain't never gonna be crooked no more, is it?
No, sir.
You bet it ain't.
Can I speak to you for a minute?
Sure.
I want to thank you for being such a good friend to my daughter.
Well, it's easy to be a friend to a fine young lady like that, Mr. Walden.
I know what you did wasn't easy, and I'm grateful.
Well, how's that?
Well, I've known some time what her life was like. The preacher here wrote to me and asked me to come get her.
Why didn't you?
Well, I was so angry when she left. She wouldn't listen, and I didn't want for her to be hurt. Now, I can't decide whether to tell her I've known about her life or... What would you do?
Well, on the one hand, I do believe she'd understand.
After I tell her that I know that she needed help, I didn't raise a finger to help her?
Well, on the other, there's no law says you have to tell her.
Laurie? I know this town needs you, but I need you more. How long will it take you to pack?
I'll tell the driver to wait.
I think he wants you to hold him, Father.
Is this the right way?
Mr. Sonnett, I can't help the feeling I want to tell my father the truth.
Well, now, the way I see it,
I'm just afraid you can't build a good life on lies.
Oh, it's a sin, all right, to tell a lie, but like the Bible says, we're all sinners. And all you're asking for is a good life and not a perfect one.
I'll remember that.
Stagecoach is ready to leave.
Well, goodbye. Thanks. I found my father. I hope you find yours.
It's a fine woman, Grandpa.
Yeah. But you're too young for her. And I'm too old. I guess you understand, dear Lord, the advice I give back there. The truth ain't always needed. More important is to care.